Hi, I'm Nathan Fielder. So, a big issue right now in America is election hacking. With the midterm elections coming up, everyone's wondering, are America's voting systems safe? But as someone who works primarily in television, I'm much more concerned about Emmy voting. This year, I have a pretty good chance of getting a nomination and likely a win for my Comedy Central series, Nathan For You. But if for some reason someone can hack into that system and the votes can be manipulated, my chances might go away. So I started researching just how secure the online Emmy voting system is, which is operated by Ernst & Young. And what I uncovered is shocking to say the least, and really shocking to say the most. I'm sitting here right now with Karsten Sherman, who is a professor at IT University of Copenhagen. He's an election security expert, and actually just last year in a live demonstration in Las Vegas, he hacked into the Virginia state voting system in under 90 minutes. Is that correct?
Yes, so it depends on how you count. So the first tweet said 90 minutes, but it took me much less time because I actually went to a talk for 60 minutes of these 90 minutes. So let's say half an hour.
Well, firstly, thank you for flying out from Denmark to be here with me today.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure.
So, Karsten, I'm just going to ask you straight up, is the Emmy voting system vulnerable to being hacked?
So there's a company, Ernst & Young, that has been mandated with running the Emmys. So what I discovered, the voting software that is used at the Emmys might actually have vulnerabilities that allow hackers to break in and change the vote.
So I understand you've prepared a demonstration.
I have prepared a demonstration of how an alleged hacker could try to get into the voting system by phishing the credentials of voters.
Okay. So we should be clear that we don't support people doing this. This is very clear, very important. Do not do this. Period. Right?
Yes. So I think your fans should not engage in any criminal activity. Hacking the Emmys is a criminal activity, and it's a criminal offense.
Because hypothetically, you're saying my fans could do exactly what you did and skew the vote significantly in my favor. But we wouldn't want that.
We don't want.
But it's simple enough for them to do. That's what you're trying to say.
So nobody, not your fans, nobody should ever do it.
Okay. Could I see, or do you want to show me?
I'm happy to show you.
Okay.
So the first step for an attacker would be actually to try to make a copy, a clone of the Emmys webpage. Okay. And so what you see here is the live Emmys webpage.
This is the real website right now.
That's the real thing, yes.
Okay.
And it says the first round of voting for the 70s Emmy Awards begins Monday, June 11th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So I actually, just for the fun of it, I looked at one of these providers for domain names and said, like, can I get a domain name for the Emmys? And Emmys2018.com was still available. So just for the fun of it, I actually purchased it.
Oh, wow.
But only to demonstrate how easy it is to buy it.
So that's not live?
This domain name is not live, it's not connected to anything, and it will never be.
So what would you do next that you had the domain?
So after a hacker bought a domain name, just like this one, so he would take
or she.
Yeah, okay.
It's okay.
No, I think gender is important. The next thing he would or she would do is to actually copy the Emmys webpage and make a fake one for it.
Okay.
Let me demonstrate how this would look like.
So wait, this is a fake page.
That is a fake page.
So they look. That's the real one, and you created this one here, right?
Yeah.
So when voting starts, it'll look like the other one.
It probably would look like this.
And it would say at the top, Emmys2018.com.
Yes. A real hacker who has criminal intent might actually do this.
Right, and me or you, we don't have criminal intent.
Definitely not.
Right.
So now we want to convince the Emmy voter to actually log into our fake page.
Right.
And you know, usually you do this with a phishing mail. You just send an email out to the voter's email, and you try to make the email look like the real email, tricking him
Or her.
Or her,
Right.
by tricking him or her into clicking on an email link. And so I can demonstrate this as well. So
You created this.
that is based on a real email that is sent out to Emmy voters.
So before sending this email, you would need a list of Academy voters' email addresses. Is that correct?
That's correct, because a phishing attack, you know, you need your victims, your targets you're sending this email to.
Would you think that paying for a list of emails from a marketing company could be a way that a hacker might initiate this attack?
Sure, you just buy them
Right.
and you have them.
So anyone could do that.
Anyone can do that. So this phishing email has embedded a link, click here to vote. And if that were a real phishing email, it would take you now to
The fake page.
To that fake page.
Where someone would log in with their Emmy credentials.
Just the Emmy credentials.
And
yes.
then once they type it in, would the hacker have it then?
Yes, because once you type it in, you're actually now talking to a server that is under the hacker's control. So I noticed in this email, Ernst & Young has put in a two-factor authentication scheme. Receive a verification code by email, text, or phone. And we all know this from our banks, right? When you do a transaction, which is important, you actually get one of those codes that you have to type in.
You get texted something
You get texted
in
something.
addition to your password.
In addition to the password.
Right.
And that's basically your password together with that code that actually kind of executes the transaction.
So would a hacker be able to get around that?
Yes. Now, how do you get the verification code? Okay, let's select text. Now, when you click receive a verification code, the attacker has to, you know, he or she can't really send you a verification code because he doesn't have your phone number.
Right.
So there's only one place who has the phone number, and that is the original Emmys page.
The real Emmys.
The real Emmys page.
The Academy.
Yes.
Okay.
But the attacker could use this information, your credentials, all of the data is collected already, log into the real Emmys voting page,
Uh-huh.
select text for you,
Uh-huh.
and said receive verification code, prompting basically the Emmys webpage to send an SMS code to the victim voter.
So they would actually get a real verification
They
code
would
from
actually-
the Academy.
Yes, they would get the real verification code from the Academy.
And then they would type it in here
Yes,
into the fake website.
yes. So let's make up a code. How about A, B, C, D, E?
And now the hacker would have that.
Now
everything.
the hacker has also the verification code.
Wow.
So let's just kind of play out what will actually really happen. And again, when I click submit, what you see next is a screen that is again on the fake web page that the prospective hacker has
Okay.
actually kind of created.
And so this is the voting page. So this is drama series. So these are all the categories.
Yes,
What's Trust?
I do
Is
not
that
know.
a show? Okay.
It seems to be a show.
Killing Eve, I haven't seen that.
You know, I'm living in Europe, so there's not too many of those shows that we actually get there.
You
So,
don't get Smilf?
No, I have no idea what Smurf is. No.
So the purpose of this is basically just to convince the Academy member that they voted.
That's correct.
But meanwhile, the hacker has all their info and will log into the real Emmy page and vote however they want.
That's right.
So this seems frighteningly easy.
All attacks are frighteningly easy once you have discovered them.
So this is Outstanding Variety Sketch Series. You see Nathan For You there?
Yes.
So the real Emmy voter who logs into this page thinking they're voting for real would click on Nathan For You, right?
I would choose Nathan For You in this category, definitely.
So if another show, let's say Saturday Night Live, won, would that be an indication that there was tampering with the system?
You can never look at the election outcome And
But it
kind
would
of
be
deduce.
suspicious.
I would be hesitant to kind of, to kind of say, yes, that's definite.
But it's a possibility.
It's a possibility, and I think, as we said before, in the case that there are irregularities noticed, one should do an investigation.
Right. If Nathan For You is not nominated, it's like, curious. We should contact the FBI and they should do a thorough investigation.
I leave it up to law enforcement to kind of interpret the irregularities that you point out.
However, you're saying that if Nathan For You is nominated and wins, that's probably a sign we don't need to look into what happened.
No, that's not what I say.
Oh, okay.
But I think the interesting part is it is a election technology that is used for the Emmys, but similar technology is actually used for the state of Alaska for the midterm election.
The state of Alaska.
State of Alaska, to collect all of the out-of-state ballots.
Same as this junk?
All of the votes are collected, through an internet portal for Alaska. And the message here is that if any company who produces election technology and doesn't give, provide transparency on this solution that they have done, how can we ever trust that?
As it currently stands, should anyone truly trust the Emmy results?
I will, as the Emmy voting system is an online voting system that can never be 100% secure, it is extremely unlikely that you can have 100% trust in the outcome of the vote.
So what would you say to an Emmy voter that is learning about this?
Don't panic. Don't panic. Everything is okay. Just wait for, if there is an official statement from the people producing the software, what it is.
Wow. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching this demonstration. I think what we saw today was scary, shocking, and let's do what we can to prevent this from happening. This demonstration that Karsten laid out, very easy to do. Anyone could do it, but we don't want it to happen. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.